A very good morning to you and welcome to the Morning Outlook Report. I'm Rachel Jones reporting live from Kalkine TV Sydney studios. Now, Australian shares are poised to drop at the open. US share markets were weaker yesterday. Investors absorbed news of a weaker reading on consumer price inflation. Shares in Apple lost 1% after the tech giant unveiled its new products, including their iPhone 13, iPad and Apple Watch models. Investors are also wary about rising cases of the Delta variant and a looming hike in the corporate tax rate. The Dow Jones index fell by 292 points or 0.8%. The S&P 500 index lost 0.6% and the Nasdaq index lost 68 points or 0.5%. Yesterday, the ASX managed to overcome a soft start to the day, recovering in the latter part of the session to lift for a third session in a row. It was a choppy session for the ASX, but still managed to add 12 points or 0.16% to 7,437. The benchmark index was down as much as 37 points or 0.5% in the first 30 minutes of trade. The energy sector has been a standout with a strong rise on the back of global oil prices lifting to 6-week highs. Shares in Woodside Petroleum were 6.2% higher, with Santos and Oil Search also adding more than 5% each. Utilities, property, financials and materials were the other sectors to advance. Losses were heaviest among information technology, industrials, consumer staples and healthcare. Individually, Fortescue Metals was a major weight, with the iron ore miner sliding 1.8%. And biotech giant CSL was another drag, falling 0.7%. Yesterday, 6.2 billion units were traded, worth $9.2 billion, with 770 stocks higher, 670 lower, and 398 unchanged. Moving on to company news now, we have some sad news coming in from Queensland as the Mastermyne group confirms that a coal mine worker was fatally injured in an underground mine incident at Kalkine mine in Queensland at approximately midnight on Tuesday. 2 people were injured after the mine collapse at the Sojit's Gregory Crinum coal mine. Managing Director Tony Caruso says this is a tragic event. Counselling services have been made available to all Mastermyne staff and others impacted by the incident. Strike Energy is looking to establish itself as a domestic leader in the hydrogen market development as it works to integrate green hydrogen at their project Haber. Once operational, Strike will produce green hydrogen, or around 2% of the total hydrogen feedstock of the plant. These hydrogen supplies, combined with Strike's lower carbon natural gas from the Greater Erregulla region, will produce what is projected to be some of the lowest carbon urea fertiliser available in the market. Now, Bramble shares ended 8.3% lower. That's as the company started a 2-day investor briefing after the market closed last night. The company anticipates their financial year 2022 underlying profit growth of 1 to 2%, with revenue growth of 5 to 6%, with $50 million of short-term transformation costs impacting its bottom line. Elsewhere, Vulcan Energy remains in a trading halt after announcing it's launching a $200 million institutional placement to accelerate exploration initiatives and also to expand its dual renewable energy and lithium development strategy. And Telix Pharmaceuticals has received approval from the US FDA for stage 2 trials of a kidney cancer therapy study called Telix 250. Their shares finished higher at 4.5%. Now it's time for a very short break, but stay tuned. I'll be back with more trending market updates.
Hi, I'm Sage, and get ready to take the crypto ride with me on Kalkine TV. Watch the Crypto Buzz every Tuesday and join the excitement at Kalkine TV. From Bitcoins to NFTs to Dogecoin and DeFi, we have updates about everything around these digital currencies. Understand the investing rationale and the risks involved in the space with me, Sage, on Crypto Buzz. Keep watching Kalkine TV.
And welcome back. You're watching the Morning Outlook Report on Kalkine TV. In economic news, the monthly NAB Business Survey for August saw business confidence lift slightly, but conditions fell from July. The Australian dollar weakened to 73.36 US cents following a speech by RBA Governor Philip Lowe, where he reiterated the Reserve Bank's stance that interest rates would remain at historical lows of 0.1% until 2024. European share markets were mixed on Tuesday, with miners, banks and luxury stocks leading the declines. That's after concerns about rising COVID cases in China. Banks fell 1.1% and basic resources fell by 1.9%. The Pan-European Stock 600 index was flat. The German DAX rose by 0.1%, while the UK FTSE index fell by 0.5%. In London trade, shares in Rio Tinto fell by 2% and shares in BHP fell by 2.6%. Longer-dated US Treasury prices rose on Tuesday in response to a softer reading on consumer prices. US 10-year yields fell by 5 points and US 2-year yields fell less than 1 point to near 0.209%. Major currencies were mixed against the US dollar in European and US trade. The euro fell from highs near $1.1845 to lows near $1.18 and was near lows at the US close. Global oil prices edged higher to fresh 6-week highs yesterday. Investors monitored the impact of Tropical Storm Nicholas on Texan oil refineries. The Brent crude rose by 9 cents, or 0.1%, to $73.60 a barrel, and the US NYMEX crude price added just 1 cent, or less, to 0.1%, at $70.46 a barrel. Base metal prices decreased on Tuesday by between 0.6 to 2.6%, with aluminium down the most and nickel down the least. The gold futures rose by $12.70 an ounce, or 0.7%, to $1,870.10 an ounce. Spot gold was trading near $1,803 an ounce. Iron ore shed $2.25 a tonne, or 1.8%, to $120.35 a tonne. That's all for your Morning Outlook Report here on Kalkine TV today. Have a great day trading and stay tuned for more market updates and economic news live throughout the day. This is Rachel signing off for now.